You got to be able to access it without getting busted all the time, right? If you don't have good access to it, you might want to find another location, right? The next one is making sure that you're in those travel corridors between there where they're, where they're trying to get to, where they're coming from, or where they're trying to get to. And that's in between trying to find a good staging area, I guess we could call it, between their bedding and their destination food source. Um, hunters, hunters know, and we talked about it already, already brought it up, but if you're looking at it at a sense, like if you got a buck that, like I said, is coming in at night to your food plots, you know, uh, contrary to popular belief, that buck is on his feet during the daylight at some point in time and somewhere in his range, right? He's on his
Yep.
feet, right? So
Yep.
that means that he's coming from a distance, or he's coming from somewhere that takes him that long to get there, or he's just really slow coming there because whatever reason, right? He's not dumb. So what that means is that you need to find some place in the woods to intercept him and provide him with that food source where he is going to be on his feet during the sunlight or during the daylight to get to that food source.
Yeah. I mean,
And
essentially, you're building confidence in that buck to
mhm,
go, "Hey, this is it you're good. You can come through here." Like, I mean, you're giving
mhm,
that false sense of security. I mean, most bucks, what's the first deer to head out into a field at night? It's gonna be the little yearlings or fawns, then the moms, and the moms are always very, looking around everywhere. They're checking, and who's the
mhm.
last to show up? Is the
A big
bucks.
buck.
So
Mhm,
it's either at last shooting light or in the middle of the night. So if you can
mhm.
avoid that, if you can be 2 steps ahead of that, and yeah, like you said, be set up in that area after the yearlings go past, after mom's gone through, boom. Now I've got shooting light, and now I'm giving you that false sense of security of, "Oh, yeah, here we go. I'm good to go to sneak through here." So, but yep.
So there's location. So let's talk about prep. Let's recycle back on prep a little bit. And you kind of mentioned it already. We're like, hey, you could be as much as taking a rake and a blower in there and creating a pretty good seedbed that way. And also making sure that the sunlight's in there. So depending upon how much work you want to put into this is going to depend on, a couple of factors, right? You could play the easy card, find an open spot in a canopy, and then just go and dig up the ground. When I say dig up, like scratch up the ground, clear
Scratching
out
the
the
ground.
undergrowth, right? And plant and then just throw and make sure you get good soil contact and be on your way
Yep.
and hope that you get rain.
Yep, that's yep, yes,
Especially this time,
rain's a big one.
especially in
Yep,
Ohio, hopefully you get rain and then, to get that germination process started for those seeds and they don't get ate by all the local
squirrels
wild
and
birds,
critter yep,
squirrels and stuff before they have a chance to germinate. So there's that. Or you could do more work, like you said, and find a spot. Like I absolutely like if I look at my property, if I look at all the travel corridors, this is what I have access to. I absolutely have to do this. But it's in that big old growth stand where there's nothing growing on the forest floor. That means you got a little bit of canopy work to do. Now, if it's private property and you can have the access and you're not ruining your timber value. Okay, and there's things to consider. Like if you're not worried about that, then be my guest, do whatever you want. But it sounds like you're either going to have to you have to open up the canopy. Let's just put
you
it that
have
way.
to.
Whether you're trimming trees,
A plant can't grow without sunlight. I mean, that's the basics, so
yeah.